Hey y'all, this is your K-pop auntie Carly, and this is Stray Kids. We have FNF, Flora and Fauna, correct? Something like that? I think it's like that. And kitty cam today. We have Little Miss is very successfully bathing herself, and Grace is napping away. All right. I know that this one was about the bushfires in Australia, and I do have at least one patron who is comments a lot over on Patreon, and just kind of let me know a little bit about how devastating it was in the 2019 2020 era. And I'm guessing this was probably written right about then. I mean, we know that the guys save songs for years, so I wouldn't be surprised if this was written at the time, not, right now. In we go. I am going to turn the captions off first time through. Actually, I don't need it. This is all English, right? I think this is one of their all English songs. So I'm probably not going to need captions. What else? Patreon. Check out Patreon. I have been binging Stray Kids stuff over there. All of the interviews, all of the variety shows, all of the behind the scenes content. And now that ATEEZ is coming back, I'm going to do my best to do the same for them. I'm going to pop over after this and watch the last of the ATEEZ teasers. And yeah, then we'll see. We'll see what their album is like as well. But this is Stray Kids, FNF. I see the ashes up in the sky. 너의 목소리도 들리는 날. 널 향해 손을 뻗어봤자 얻는 건 We'll need capture second time through. 겁없이 달리다 널 놓칠까봐 I shout shout shout. 수없이 불러봐도 난 다시 한번 더 외쳐. 난 너의 그림자처럼 붙어있어도 so far. Beautiful scenery. 영원히 이렇게 지낼 수 없는 넌. 늘 둘러싼 Fauna and Flora 먼지가 돼도 I really want you back. 곁에 있던 Fauna and Flora 미안한 마음에 다시 쫓아가 날. Like the beat. That's a good beat to it. I can feel the rage burning up inside my heart, knowing you're no longer here. I can't stop thinking about what I could have done, but to this day I think I had that when I was a kid, that particular one. Apart, burn to the ground, got nothing but ashes in my eyes. It's black and cold as night. I wish I was still with you by your side. I don't know if I can sleep well tonight. They tell me to keep moving on. I'll never be the same, but I know that deep in my heart vocals are nice. And I wonder. I was gonna say, I wonder if that park is the. I know that they filmed the street version, didn't they? When they were of a earlier song when they were in Australia, didn't they? A funky one. Well, all their street versions are funky, but didn't they do that in a park in Australia? Either way, I'm going to be real interested to see the behind the scenes on this one as well. It's one of the things I'm going to do over on Patreon today is do this behind the scenes for DLC, which will be fun because of all of the like freestyle dancing that they were doing. But yeah, this one will be cool as well because they're in Australia. So it's I hope we get a lot of cool behind the scenes stuff for that. 달려가 쫓아가 불가능해도 I'm catching up I'm catching up 좀만 기다려 I'm catching up I'm catching up 달려가 쫓아가 불가능해도 Oh, wow, yeah, with the meaning of the Polaroid fading away instead of fading in, because obviously, well, not obviously, if you know Polaroids, you know, the Polaroids fade into view instead of out of view, and now we have, yeah, the scenery fading away because of, you know, it's gone. And I do hope that, like, if y'all are from Australia, let me know. We have, you know, pretty decent forest fires in the west of the U.S. Y'all, this was pretty bad from what I have heard. But what I hear from the west, you know, kind of like the Northern California and that type of area where a lot of the forest fires take place, that, you know, the next year the green comes back really hardcore because of, you know, a lot of stuff was burned away and it looks like a big scar on the landscape. But nature bounces back so hard. So yeah, you'll have to let me know if that's kind of happening in Australia with nature bouncing back, or if it remains to be this scar on the landscape. I'm heading back in. Captions on this time. Want to read all the lyrics in here so we can really. I see the ashes up in the sky. I can even hear your voice. Yeah, very interesting. Yeah, the ashes up in the sky. If you've been near a large fire, you know, you can, even from miles away, see how you might not even be able to see the ashes themselves, but you can see how all the ashes in the sky turn the color of the sky. You know, you can see that orange hue. And I can even hear your voice. So, yeah, kind of like feeling like you can even hear the voice of all these dying things. Even if I reach for you, all that returns is an empty feeling. It's gone. While running it fearlessly, with the thought that I might lose you, I shout. I'm gonna probably rewind it a few times and pause it because of the because there's a few things in the music video that kind of go by, and I want to see, because Changbin is, you know, one of the guys who is actually in a cityscape, as opposed to the others who are, you know, generally in a little bit more nature. And you can see Changbin here, Changbin here, and you have this. So it isn't necessarily all about losing flora and fauna due to fires, but you can see here a little bit of it is because of development, because you can see all of this development here, and we have a few trees, and Changbin is looking at this old photo, and look at all of this greenery right here in this one building, right? So yeah, okay. And no matter how many times I call out, I shout one more time. Even if I'm stuck to you like your shadow, so far. And I want to see what this says. I can't live like this forever. Cherishing the fact that you can lose anything. Yeah, wow. Cherish the fact that you can lose anything. Very true. I can't live like this forever. The fauna and flora that surrounds me. Even if I turned into dust, I really want you back. The fauna and flora by my side. Feeling sorry, I chase after her again now. I'm catching up. What did he take? Hang on. What did Lino take? I can't really make that out. You'll have to let me know if it's just a picture of, again, maybe some trees here and like some nature shots in the middle of the city, right? I feel the rage burning up inside my heart. I can't stop thinking about what I could have done, but to this day, I live in fear. I fell apart. Yeah, and even that, you know, that it's a story not just of the wildfires, but also of development and what we're doing, because, you know, he's looking at this car, and we cut down a lot, you know, we clear a lot of natural spaces to put roads in. Yeah, it's a big, just clear cut. Yeah, I fell apart, burnt to the ground, got nothing left. that surrounds me. Even if I turn into dust, I really want you back. Fauna and Flora by my side. Feeling sorry I chase after her again now. And it almost feels like some of these lyrics are coming from the point of view of people, but also of nature. You know, that's tell me to keep moving on. I'll never be the same. That almost seems like it's from the point of view of nature itself. Like us, yeah, we will also never be the same because, you know, it's mankind in general. You feel it when you go out camping, when you go out to the countryside, when I gardening is one of my hobbies, and it's just we, to a certain extent, are meant to have that contact with nature. You know, being surrounded by concrete and steel is not the same, and we will never be the same if all we do is live in cities. But also, nature is never gonna be the same. Dude, I don't know if that line about even if I turn into dust, I really want you back. Like, I don't know if that's a little bit of, even if it means burning down what we have done to you, to nature, is even if that's what it takes. Like, we want you back. While running fearlessly with the thought that I might lose you, I shout. No matter how many times I call out, I shout one more time. Even if I'm stuck to you like your shadow so far. I can't live like this forever. Let's see what his bracelet says. It's just a brand, or just a brand. Did a butt smack? I didn't even cut. Didn't even catch that we had a butt hunter in the middle of the MV. Yeah, it's just being in the middle of a park, enjoying nature. On the beach. Even when I look at the night sky, even when I close my eyes, all I see is you. Yeah, and then again we have a picture of, we have, not very developed, but we have, docks and boats and everything here, and then we have just this pure nature. It's, even saying, hey, even this is different. We develop our waterfront, a building out there, and I'm guessing that right here is kind of supposed to be this space where it's, you got all these boats and pylons and everything. I run and chase after you, even if it's impossible. Yeah, saying that even the efforts that we take to be out on nature, by getting boats and going, out on the water, even that in itself is, I run and chase after you, even if it's impossible. Even the efforts that we take to go out into nature is us putting boats and docks and all of this stuff onto nature. It's, yeah. That was even deeper than I thought it would be. All right. Yeah, because it is absolutely a song about, losing things to, the bushfires and wildfires, but there's an obvious story being told here as well about losing things to development. And I can imagine that, if you don't have to be too very old to kind of go back to where you were raised as a kid and look around the town and be like, wow, that wasn't here before. That wasn't here before. That wasn't here before. This whole entire road wasn't even here before. I've experienced that plenty of times, and I'm sure you've experienced that as well, and I'm sure Chan experienced that. Chan and Felix both, when they went back to Australia, after having trained, after having, what? It was was it like 6 years or something in between Chan leaving. I'm sure he came back in between, but leaving to be a trainee, and then coming back in like the 2019 era when they did their first visit for the world tour. And I can imagine that he was taking a look around and going, this wasn't here, that wasn't there, this area, this green area is gone, there's a new road here that wasn't here before, and all of this space is gone. This waterfront area used to be just waterfront, and now there's docks and boats. And I can imagine that was part of, when Chan and Felix came back to Australia, and we were like, wow, yeah, things have already changed. Okay. All right, I have stuff to do. Not so much on the home front. Well, I have plenty of stuff to do on the home front today. But it's just going to kind of take it. It's going to be less of a taking breaks from getting stuff done at home and with editing, because I finish my editing job as well, and I do this for breaks. Instead, I'm going to do this and take breaks from this to go do some house stuff. Dishes, getting stuff into the garage, all that good stuff. All right, ATs. I'm not even going to take a break. I'm going to go straight over to ATs, so get ready for that. Say bye to the cats.